Mosconi Cup has returned to its spiritual homeland, the land of Willie Mosconi, the home of 9-ball. But the homecoming isn't quite going to plan. In a city that prides itself on gambling, the cards have fallen the way of the European visitors. The Europeans have dominated the opening 2 days. Can they dominate the third? The Europeans are focused on the winning line, which is now within touching distance. The Americans are struggling to find answers to this European onslaught. Day 2 opened with a doubles match. The Americans, feeling the pressure, fielded the veteran Dennis Hatch alongside the novice Billy Thorpe. In the blink of an eye, they were 4-1 ahead, but then they faltered, and Europe fought their way back into the match, forcing the game into a last-track decider. It was a tough ask for new boy Oscar Dominguez to take on the veteran Ralf Souquet. The American had his chances, but a couple of impressive combinations later, and Souquet had secured point number 5 for his team. Was the pendulum swinging back towards the Europeans? The next doubles match would answer that question. Van Boening and Woodward against Filler and Shaw. Total domination ensued, the European partnership finishing with a 4-9 combination that perfectly summed up the match. Next up as singles, with the USA desperate to stop the rot, but David ALCAIDE produced a near flawless performance to dispatch Skylar Woodward 5-1. And just when you thought it couldn't get any worse for this beleaguered American team, the closing doubles fixture saw Vandenberg and Filler dish out a whitewash to a dazed Van Boening and Thorpe. In overall terms, the significance of that result is evident not just in the amount of blue on one side of the leaderboard, but the fact that the Americans had started the day with a win and a sense of optimism. The overall margin growing and a worrying trend for Team USA. Europe just 3 away from the overall win. Much will be made of this lineup for day 3. The pressure on the Americans, starting with Dominguez and Hatch. The team with victory in their sights have turned to Shaw and Souquet to get the ball rolling. The format is a familiar one. Each match a race to 5 racks. A point per match. The first team to 11 wins. Alternate break and a 30-second shot clock in operation, which adds to the pressure for both sides. Time then for the opening match on day 3 of the Mosconi. Oscar Dominguez and Dennis Hatch for the Americans. And they line up against Ralf Souquet and Jayson Shaw for Europe. It's a packed house in the Mandalay Bay Hotel in Vegas. Commentary for this one comes from Jay Helford and Jim Weich.
Well, the lag, has it been significant? Well, I'll give you an idea. 8-2 is our overall score in favor of Europe. America wins that lag, and Jay, unbelievably, it's been 8-2 in lags, and the 2 lags that America has won are the only 2 matches they've won.
That's a very interesting statistic.
Is that?
USA to break.
I know Dennis was on the winning doubles team yesterday. He picked up a point for Team USA. In fact, he and Shane have the only 2 points, and Billy Thorpe was with Dennis.
Well, Dennis started out with a victory yesterday in his match.
Settle down, please.
Realistically, for Team USA to have any chance in this year's Mosconi Cup, they must sweep today all 4 matches, beginning with this one.
And yesterday he partnered Billy Thorpe. Today it's Oscar. And a good break from the hatchet man. And congratulations to all our Finnish pool fans out there celebrating 100 years of independence today. You know they're enjoying all the pool. Saw Mika Immonen in the crowd the other day. I had to let everybody know that.
Challenging little shot here. to open this rack. Wow, he hit that ball good.
Doesn't go, does it? I know. Try to leave you an angle. Side pockets, if you can get there.
Shoot the 5 in the side pocket next. Dennis has to go forward. That was a beautiful shot with that left English. He got the cue ball off the rail there.
And Jay, how important is it for Oscar to erase the memory of that missed 8 fall in his match yesterday?
Well, hopefully he's totally forgotten that. Today is a new day.
Yeah, but a match win would help.
He's going forward, right English, come off the side rail, out for the 6. Not bad. Just like you said in the opening, Jim, the first rack and the last rack are the most important.
It's been 5 years since America has won a session. Unbelievable.
That was a scary stat as well. This is perfect. Well, so far they look great, this rack. He can slow roll this 7 ball. The cue ball slide right up towards the 8. He doesn't have to do too much here. Wow. Did he go too far? Almost. He almost overhit that ball.
Well, he did actually overhit it slightly, Jay. Would have liked to have been a little straighter, but Dennis can just softly check this, play the 9 to the same pocket, or go across the table twice. It's personal preference.
Nice looking opening rack by Team USA here.
Yeah, they look real calm and composed, don't they?
The Americans taking the first step in what they hope will be a magnificent fight back. Step 2 coming up after the break. Welcome back to the Mosconi Cup. Rack 2 saw a good break by Souquet, but Shaw missed an ambitious double on the 6 ball to let the USA run out.
My man.
At 2-0, it looks good for the Americans, but there's the added pressure of the overall score, 8-2 to Europe, meaning that they are just 3 wins away from the outright victory.
Thank you, rack 3. USA to break, leading 2 racks to 0.
Using one of those carbon fiber brake cues that have become so popular. There's a ball down. Dennis has got to look at the 1 ball, but I don't think he's got any pocket for it. He might slide across the top of the 1. Is he going to try and cut this ball in past the 7? The problem with that is, how do you get on the 2 ball next?
Yeah, there's no way he's trying that, Jay. For the very reason you've already noted. Just doesn't come with position to the 2.
It looks like he could slide off the top of the 1.
I like that.
And get the cue ball behind the 7 and the 2. What do you think, Jim? But that's not what he's shooting at, that's for sure. He's going a different way.
Good shot. Good shot. Good shot.
Yeah, he's left a pretty easy reply, though, for Team Europe.
He wanted to get that cue ball down behind that whole cluster of balls.
Thin cut on the left-hand side of this one. He's going to use the 2 to keep the 1 where it is. And if Ralf hits this the way he wants to, the cue ball is going to find cover.
He may just be sticking the cue ball right there where the 1 is and sending the 1 down table to the other end rail. He might try to hide the cue ball behind the 7. Let's see his control. Yeah, he just stuck it. Look what he did. He put the cue ball right on top of the 2. Makes it a lot harder.
I changed my mind. First I wanted to thin cut it, but then I said it's impossible.
He was going to go with option A first. He changed his mind.
Well, Jayson's happy.
Put the 1 behind the 8.
I have a smaller margin to put the 1 though.
It's really hard to control this shot. Look at how he's cueing way up in the air over the top of that 2 ball.
Bump the 8.
Chance. A chance for Team Europe, at least at the 1.
Well, you know, Jayson could cross bank this 1 ball and go down table for the 2. He played
Nice
safe.
shot. Nice shot.
Oh my God, look at this. Look at this safety. That's a Team Europe special there. He just put Dennis Hatch in jail. And there ain't no key to this shot.
We have an extension still, so think it up.
Extension.
Extension call.
Think it through right here. Every single game, remember.
I can't really tie
The
the
definition of tough right here.
The only way you can do it is if you push the 4 off the 9. Just leave it here, leave them a combination, but it's tough. You got to go for the kick. Kick however way you can.
There's not a whole lot of choice.
Yeah.
He's trying to go 3 rails and hit the 1. This is going to be
Look at
close. Look at this hit. Wow, another great shot by Dennis Hatch. That looked like an F or an S shot.
Or bind the 9. Up to you.
Yeah.
Three seconds. Quick.
Ralf Souquet and Team Europe leading the charge. Europe in control. 8-2 at this stage.
It was in between there. You either go for it and
What a hit we saw
I can't get.
I know
from Dennis Hatch there, Jay.
you would have hit the.
Got a safety battle going here. Oscar's going to kick at this 1 ball off the end rail. This will be okay. This will be okay. Here comes the jump shot. And Jayson's one of the best.
It's okay. It's okay. Don't worry.
Well, Ralf just slowing him down.
12
He's got
seconds.
lots of time.
He should have no
7.
problem hitting the ball. It's what happens next that counts. Well, another opportunity for Team USA.
You know, day 3 is unfolding just the way Team USA would have wanted. They're getting opportunities, and they're putting them to good use.
They need to put some points on the board.
Oh. Perfect.
Dennis says, ho, ho, and then he said, perfect.
Again, to get back down for the 4, he's got to avoid that 7 on the right-hand side.
He wants to go straight down the table, just like that.
Check that cue ball.
Doesn't like that.
No, that's bad luck. Jay could have ended up anywhere but there. It's a good thing Dennis is tall. But he may have to just roll this in and let Oscar play that 5 to the side pocket.
That's what he's doing. Well done. These are real stingy side pockets, though. You got to hit these balls pure. That's good. Dennis likes it. He's got to be careful if he goes above the 7 ball. Can't go too far. Oh my goodness.
Forget it.
Well, there's the first chink in the armor.
Forget it.
He was so focused on the cue ball that he forgot to make the shot. Will that error cost them? Little weak there by Ralf Souquet. He'd like to be a lot closer to the 7 ball with the cue.
Yeah, but he's got the right guy shooting.
Good job, Jay.
Swish. Well, instead of 3-0, it's going to be 2-1 momentarily. USA let one slip away here.
Soft.
That's okay. As long as that cue ball gets off the rail, it shouldn't be any problem for Jayson.
This is now turning into a finely balanced contest. The next rack crucial for the Americans. More action coming up after the break. This is the third day of the Mosconi Cup. Europe with one hand on the trophy, but the Americans staging a fight back. Here in the Mandalay Bay, the combination of Dominguez and Hatch are working hard to secure a 3rd point for their team. It's proving far from easy. Europe have just won the 3rd rack, the match finely balanced, and a reminder of the overall score, which stands at 8-2 in this race to 11 contest. This is now the 4th.
Powerful break that was. But it doesn't look to have availed anything positive.
This looks very similar to the shot Ralph had in the last rack.
Recent U.S. Open champion Jayson Shaw. He knows what it's like to win the Mosconi Cup. Did that with Team Europe last year in London. And in fact, the 25th Mosconi Cup goes back to the Alexandria Palace, December 4th to the 7th. So get your tickets, get your flights booked. London will be the place to be next December.
I'm trying to become this way.
Mm-hmm.
Two doesn't go. It does.
I gotta play it.
Looks like he's playing it safe off the edge of the 1, trying to get the cue ball down table a little bit. Yeah, he'd like to use the 3 as a blocker. I think he's going to get there. He did. Oscar may be able to see the edge of that 1.
Future, let me know when it's 10 seconds. If I...
Do you know what I was going to shout to you last time? Remember when you were shooting the 1 and then I cut the 4? It was 3 seconds and you had to extend.
Yeah, I know.
It's massé in this ball.
Damn.
This is not going to be good. That 1 ball is straight in the side.
Too thin.
I'm not sure if the 2 will pass the 6 in the corner next. It looks like there's room. Yeah, he's playing shape for the 2.
Shane Van Boening
shaking his head.
Yeah, not thrilled. Maybe didn't get enough sleep last night.
Wake up, Shane.
I think the crowd was reacting to that.
No?
Yeah, he knows it.
Can you leave it here in this line somewhere?
Settle down, please.
Ralph points to where he'd like the cue ball to be next, and Jayson does it. Ralph's going to have to draw that ball straight back up the table for the 7. Watch this beautiful stroke. One of the best in the game for 25 years now.
Sharp, Kaiser.
Well done. Jayson's got to kind of kill this cue ball. So he's got to... Needs a real soft touch here. I think he's going to use some inside English to kill the cue ball. Little low left.
I don't mind being here.
Yeah.
Going.
What about over here, Ralph?
That might be tougher because it's going to slide through, you know.
You want here?
7 seconds, take your extension, whatever.
Yeah, extension.
Yeah, he wants to be above the 8 so Ralph can go around the angles.
He did, yeah, like that. Ralph can now send the cue ball 3 rails around the table for the 9. He's got to really pound this ball.
Yeah, he would have liked a little more angle, actually.
Exactly.
So he has to thump it for sure, Jay.
And he did.
Just perfect. Just perfect.
It's amazing what you can do with a stroke like that. And just like that, this match is tied, 2 games apiece.
All of a sudden, the storyline changes, as we've seen so often. Just when you thought America looked like they were going to have a little control, stamp their authority on a match, a mistake creeps into their game, a key time. And Europe, eager to the challenge.
When it's too straight,
well, it's cost them like 3 games instead of 3-0. It's 2-2.
Yeah, but I was just thinking
on a used glove, any
I
day.
was just thinking, you know, there I didn't want to
no,
go too far.
no, it's fine.
From one Hall of Famer in Souquet to a future Hall of Famer in Jayson Shaw.
Pretty serious business now for Team USA. Dennis Hatch to break.
You know, let me ask you a question, Jay, and I was actually thinking about this earlier on as Dennis gets up to break. You think that some of the celebrations from the Americans have been
Rack 5,
a little premature?
2-2.
They were this time.
You know, I always remember legendary NFL football coach Tom Landry. We'll see Hatch's break, and I'll let you know where I'm going with this. But he wouldn't let his players celebrate in the end zone. He said, I want you to act like you've been there before and you're going to be there again. And for me, you know, the Americans have been so dominated in the Mosconi Cup, you know, past and present. They really don't have anything to celebrate. They need to you know, keep the bit between their teeth and go out there like they're on a mission. It isn't a party.
I agree with you. I think the time to celebrate is if they win 4 matches in a row today. It's a little premature after 2 games. Tough shot here for Oscar, and he missed it.
You know, I've seen a lot of things, and most notably even from Oscar Dominguez yesterday in his match that he lost to Souquet. You know, he was talking to the crowd, talking to his teammate. When do you ever go to a tournament in America where these guys shine, where you'd see Oscar doing that?
You wouldn't. I think that what's happened is they've kind of gone into the mode that Europe's been in, because Europe has done a lot of celebrating, and maybe USA feels like they need to do it too.
Listen, Europe has earned the right to celebrate. America hasn't.
Kick shot.
Straight.
Pretty well executed.
Just my thoughts on it, Jay. If I was Johan, I would be telling him to tone it down. You know, guys, there's a long ways to go. We're here on a mission. Let's keep the focus. It's not a party.
Well, I agree with you 100% on that. Time to celebrate after the match is over. Nice shot by Dennis.
Just nudge off the 6.
Well done. Dennis has made several good shots in this match already. He can just roll forward into the 6 here. Like that. Well, he fell short.
Too thick.
Well, he can still cut this in. Cue ball is going to be traveling a little bit.
Dennis has got to play this position around the 8 ball up table and come back down and try to get shape for the 4 in the side, I believe. It's a pretty thin hit. The cue ball is going to be rolling.
Great shot.
Kind of like this. This will work. 4 ball on the side. Boy, another perfect shot by Dennis Hatch. Couldn't have hit it much better than that.
He's a great shot maker, Hatch. He keeps his focus and very talented. Former MVP.
This will work.
Bumpy Johnson.
Oh, look out. Look out. Oh, my.
What?
Well, it made another difficult shot. No, he's not corner hooked, but this is another difficult shot for Dennis because he's cueing right off that point. He's got to find a way to keep the cue ball somewhere close to the 8.
I don't think so. I didn't see it. You have an extension, so call it if you need it. We got 10 seconds.
Extension.
Extension called.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
He's going to have to go forward.
Right, just roll it, then I'll shoot a tougher shot on the 8. Whatever you can do for yourself. Whatever you do for yourself.
No, Dennis, I don't think you want to draw this ball. Yeah, I roll it. Looks like he can go forward. Like that. It's a good shot. Once again, Dennis pulls off a good shot from a difficult situation.
Long and straight for Oscar. He's looking at possibly drawing back to leave Dennis the 9 in the side.
Well, that would be the ideal, but this is going to take a big stroke by Oscar. He got there. It's a little short, but it's good enough. After all the shots Dennis has made this rack, this one
He's there.
is not nearly as difficult. But you still have to hit the bullseye of the side pocket. If you touch those points, this ball won't go in. He made it.
Much needed rack win from Team USA.
A little more subdued celebration this time, Jimmy.
And rightfully so. They've won nothing yet.
Damn.
That's okay.
Yeah.
A little bit more.
Hey.
The thing is, I don't want to overdraw it.
Yeah, I understand.
So
hey, I'm glad you brought the 6 because if you didn't, I'd have been hooked. Like you always.
Great positional effort from Dennis here, avoiding the 8.
Another good shot by Dennis there.
Right. I'd rather shoot a tough close shot than a tough long shot.
Absolutely.
Right. Like
Interesting point Dennis just made. He said, I'd rather
So as
shoot
long
a
as I bring
tough
the ball
close shot
close,
than a
you
tough
have
long
so many
shot.
options. As long as I don't overdraw it.
Right.
Welcome to being a little older, Dennis. When the eyesight goes, yeah, those close balls are a lot easier. He'd like to blow Europe away as much as he did that napkin.
2 racks to 3.
Souquet winding it up, rack number 6.
He made a ball. And he can see the 1 ball. I'm not sure the 1 will pass the 6.
Crossing where? Oh, okay.
Well, he can stick that cue ball.
Whatever you feel more comfortable with, you know.
He decides here.
Plenty of time, so.
Could just hold it in behind the 8 and roll through and play it in behind one of the other colors.
Another nice safety.
I like that.
This is not an easy ball to hit for Team USA.
Yeah, off the bottom cushion, I think, Jay, and that's assuming he can't swerve around the 6.
No. Okay. No chance.
Okay.
It's too much separation.
15 seconds and the extension.
Extension.
Extension called.
This kicking this way is hard, but bigger reward. Kicking this way is a sellout. I'll play it. I mean, we're in a bad spot anyway, so.
There. Oscar decided he wants to go long rail. This is not the easiest ball to hit. He's got to use some right English to throw that cue ball over towards the.
Wow. Kick of perfection. Courtesy of Oscar Dominguez.
That was a beauty there.
Did USA use a little of that home cooking?
That's what Dennis can come up with. That's good. Basically, they've turned tables on Europe. You see where he's putting his cue right now? He wants to go 2 rails out of the corner along that line to hit the 2 ball.
15 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
All he can really do is make a good hit and hit it firm. It's pretty hard to control the balls after this hit. Oh, he missed the whole ball. You won't see that happen often with Ralf Souquet at the table.
Start the clock, please.
Team USA has ball in hand. Oscar's going to roll the cue ball all the way up table behind the 2.
Oh.
Whoa. This is good. He's got an angle. That's enough angle. Dennis can go forward with the cue ball off the side rail and set up for the 5. Well, he went the other way. He's brought it backwards, just as good.
How about Oscar just having a look to see what he's going to leave a left-handed player? It was very insightful.
That was
a right-hander would be able to reach this easy, but Dennis is pretty tall, and Oscar's got that working for him as well.
Yeah, Dennis can reach this with no problem.
Whatever you want. I like shooting whatever you do. You play perfect.
Oscar, very encouraging to his partner. Dennis is taking care of that cue ball real well.
Oscar, a quick look to see if the 8 is available to the bottom left as we look. Looked like it was. The way he's played it confirms it. Now this will definitely put the Americans in the driver's seat.
Soft draw, perfect. Here we go again, Jimmy. Celebrating before the 9 ball.
USA! Well, it's not that so much, Jay, but it's a big rack win. No one can question that, but they're 8-2 down.
You still got to get to 5.
My break, right?
don't mind seeing celebrations after a match is over. You've secured a point for your side. That's significant.
That's all right. We stay calm. We get the chance. You guys are playing good.
We haven't done much. They've had a
We have to
couple
play
of,
safe every time we shot.
they've had a
Break, it
couple
doesn't
of
matter.
lucky
That's
Captain Marcus Chamat's in there, encouraging his players, telling them they're doing fine.
This was a tremendous kick shot. Really gave the momentum to the Americans in that rack. 4-2. Europe has to win the last 3 in this match. They're to secure the point, and they've got to watch America break.
Leading 4 racks to 2.
Well, Shane woke up. Can he control his break shot here?
Damn. Follow
He
it.
lost the cue ball a little bit there.
I'm jumping it.
Dennis says he's jumping it.
I'm gonna push out for a jump. No choice.
You do it, bud.
Actually.
Yeah, I see what you're doing. I like it.
He's thinking
If you wanna
about
shoot that,
jumping
I
the
like it.
5 ball from there. That's
Push.
Push out called.
they're going to get this one back. You watch. Europe is not going to try to take this shot. Oops. Wait a second, they went too far. They let Europe have a shot on an open ball.
You got the
That was
Perfect.
really?
perfect.
No.
Plenty of time.
That's not what he wanted to do. I mean, let Jayson Shaw shoot it in an open pocket.
Yeah, I'm wondering why Dennis was still smiling after that effort.
Well, he was smiling. It was kind of like a little reverse psychology. He knew that he didn't hit it the way he wanted, and he kind of was laughing at himself there for his mistake. But it could be a very costly mistake. If Europe can get out this rack, they're breaking the next rack to tie it up. Nice touch by Ralf Souquet on that shot.
And he's just marginally left Jayson a bit of angle. He's going to have to power this in with a ton of right-hand spin in that cue ball. Take it off that side cushion and down between the 6 and the 8 for the 5 or the 4 next, sorry.
Watch this cue ball take off after it hits the rail. There's going to be a lot of right English on it.
He's drawn out.
Wow. Oh my God, what a stroke.
Oh, what a shot.
What a stroke.
What a shot. Either way, it got there.
Little unconventional, but he made it work.
Jeez, that cue ball looked like it had a motor on it.
Yeah, he put the dipsy-do on that one. Thanks to that huge shot by Jayson Shaw, they're in control of this rack. You know, Jimmy, on that opening shot by Dennis, I think his first idea to roll forward and take a jump shot would have been a much better option in hindsight.
Everything to play for in match 11 of the Mosconi. Europe breathing down the necks of the Americans. More to come after the break. Las Vegas, the bright lights, the big city, the perfect setting for Europe and the 24th Mosconi Cup. Day 1 went to plan, 4 wins out of 5. Day 2, they repeated that result. Now they need just 3 more wins for the outright victory. Dominguez and Hatch are doing all they can to stem the tide, but Shaw and Souquet are closing hard on their American rivals. This is now the 8th rack.
Look where he's breaking from, way out towards the center of the table. I don't think he'll be using that break again.
No, dry break, and about as bad a time for it as you could possibly imagine if you're a European fan. A shot at the 1, the 2, obviously offering a combination 2-7, but this is a big, big opportunity for the Americans.
You can play it off the 7.
You heard what Oscar said. He said I can play. No, Dennis said you can play it off the 7 ball, meaning you can shoot the 2 off the side rail, touch the edge of the 7 and make it. It's going to be a little tricky on the next shot. Dennis got Oscar in a... It's pretty straight here. And Oscar's got to get the cue ball back over to the other side of the table for the 3. This is challenging. Not sure if he got there. He may not.
Yeah, thumping his cue down, I think, tells the tale, Jay.
Yeah, he had to try to draw that ball all the way below the 3 there. Dennis wants to tap the 3 ball and have the cue ball stay there behind those balls. Let's see if he can do it.
That's going to be a foul.
No.
Does it get there?
Didn't get the rail.
Yeah, that's no good.
Wow, these tables are slow.
Here comes a 3-9 combination. Tie the match.
Well, the Americans will be grabbing their break cue. They will break in the deciding rack, and how big will it be?
Well, they threw that game away.
You've got to assume Souquet is going to get this. Yeah, no doubt about it. 4-4. That was a risky gamble from Dennis Hatch. He can put it all right with a great break in the deciding rack.
That was always a danger with that soft safety there. You got to get a ball to the rail. Really 2 mistakes back to back. Oscar needed to draw that ball much harder. Costly foul by Dennis Hatch.
You know, amazingly enough, Dennis Hatch has been involved in every Hill match this year. He's won 1 and lost 1.
Thank you.
What he wouldn't give
Final
for
rack.
a great break
USA
right
to
now.
Eight ball.
Got the 8.
No shot on the 1, really, other than a safety. You're not going to try to cut this ball in. I wouldn't think so anyway. It could be made. That 3 ball is a sideboard into that corner pocket. But does Oscar want to take this shot on? He's thinking about it. The danger with this shot is even if you should make it, the cue ball might track down to
the cut. You can go off the 3 or I can play the 9.
Whatever you're comfortable with.
If I'm playing for the cash, I
Do
play
what
the
you want to do, buddy.
If I'm playing for the cash, I play the 1.
Whatever you want to do, I have faith.
Shoot's a kill.
We're a team, no matter what happens.
Dennis giving him some
Thank you,
encouragement,
Cole.
saying, go
Shoot to
ahead,
kill.
go for it if you like
Here
it.
to 1.
Got to be real careful here on this shot. He gets too much inside English on that cue ball, it could go down and scratch in the corner as well.
I'll play the cheese.
Now he's coming off the edge of the 1 ball and sending the cue ball down towards the 9. This is more of a safety than anything else. You're not going to make the 9 ball here 1 in 100 times. And he made the 1. Look out! Here comes the 7 ball to get in the way. Dennis is going to try to jump this one.
Yeah, you know what? I like Dennis to get this. Just a hunch. He went for that jump cue right away. Never shook his head at all. It was a great shot from Oscar. Great shot. They deserved a better fate.
Wow. Dennis throws his cue on the floor. Once again, they haven't won this match yet. Two good shots in a row. Nice cut shot by Oscar. This is good.
Oh, baby, oh.
Well, nothing short of a massive mistake will stop the Americans securing their 3rd point.
Still got 5 balls out there to negotiate.
I hope the jump cue is still in one piece.
Boy, you got to be careful when you slow roll those balls. Here's the key shot right here, getting from the 5 to the 6. If anything's going to go wrong, it's going to happen right now. This is good. This is good. Couldn't have hit that one any better. Can Team USA secure the first point of the day? Oscar's got to do is roll this 7 in the side. Don't really need to do anything with the cue ball. Just roll it. For the match. Dennis takes a moment to compose himself. That's very smart. Takes a deep breath. There you go.
Up Dennis Hatch gives the USA a much-needed point as they struggle to hang on to the coattails of the Europeans. How vital will that win prove to be for the Americans? They still have a mountain to climb, but they've taken the first step on day 3 with a win. Hatch and Dominguez leading the way. Overall, it still leaves a depressing scoreline for the Americans. Europe starting to dream of the outright win. Just 3 more points needed and looking to Nick van den Berg, who's up next, facing Billy Thorpe in the Mosconi Cup of 2017.